Dear participants, once again I regret the delay and inconvenience caused due to network issue at the end of the speaker. Today I thought that I should enlighten you in the area of an estimation of solar energy potentials using geospatial technology. Actually, I would like to give some background regarding this project. This project was completed by me and Dr. Shweta Khandelwal. She is from Jaipur University. Dr. Harpreet Singh, at that time he was not doctor, but presently he has doctoral degree and he is working in BHU, that is Banaras Hindu University. And at the time of project completion, he was working in NDA Pune. Then Sonal Khobragade, actually she is from engineering background. We were the four members who were completed this project, and at that time Aspa Siddiqui from Indian Institute of Remote Sensing was our research guide. I was in IRS Dehradun for 2 months for a GIS course, or you can say geospatial technology course. We had selected urban planning as a specialization for this 2 months course on geospatial technology or remote sensing and GIS applications in geography or in urban planning, you can say. At that time, after the completion of 1 month and 15 days, the well-known faculty members of IRS provided the topics for the completion of the project. And after going through various literature, we thought that we will complete the project on solar energy potential. Aspa Siddiqui was our guide. She was not agreed initially because she was thinking that yet not much more work has been carried out on this topic. So you may not complete the project within stipulated time. I replied with politeness, or you can say with due respect to Aspa Siddiqui, that we are not interested in completion of the project. We are interested to learn something new, and that can be helpful for the society, or that can be helpful to us also, that we will get some additional ideas. And in that connection, we started working in IRS and initially selected the College of Engineering of Pune for the estimation of solar energy potentials. And then I am very glad to convey you all that we completed this project within 12 days only. But somehow some aspects may not be addressed at that time due to time limit. And if you are interested to work in these areas at that time, I'm sure that this presentation will give you new idea. I will share my ideas that we have applied for this project. Beyond this, there are so many techniques are there. Nowadays, QGIS is also being used for the solar energy potential assessment. Nowadays, work related to assessment and utilization of renewable energy resources is being carried out throughout the world. And you will get new ideas, some ideas from this presentation and some new ideas through the proper review of the literature. So with this brief introduction regarding the how we started the project, this is the statement of APJ Abdul Kalam. He told that the demand from power sector will increase to 4 lakh megawatt from existing 1 lakh 20,000 megawatt, assuming an energy growth rate of 5% per annum. Energy security leading to energy independence is certainly possible and is within the capability of the nation. And if we consider the location of India, India has ample potential to generate the renewable energy resources, especially wind energy as well as solar energy. And today I am going to talk about solar energy. This was the content of our project, that is appraisal of the problem, you can say introductory chapter. Then second chapter was related to study region, that is College of Engineering Pune. Third chapter was related to the literature review. We given one topic, or you can say we focused on, very much focused on literature review, because we were of the opinion that we will get some ideas from literature review. But in the area of solar energy potential, or you can say assessment and utilization of solar energy potentials in India, very limited work has been carried out by the researchers. Then results and discussion and conclusion and suggestion. This was our chapter scheme or chapter outline, and with this chapter outline we have completed our research work related to uh, an assessment of solar energy potential in College of Engineering, Pune. Generally, this is well-known law related to energy, that is energy neither created nor destroyed. It is transformed from one form to another form. Then increased demand after industrial revolution resulted in exploitation of conventional resources, and now you can say nowadays the petrol rates are beyond 110 rupees in Maharashtra, especially in Ratnagiri district. In other parts, it may be it may have partial deviation from this amount, but you can say throughout India the rates of petrol are more than 90 rupees. So it is our duty to assess the renewable energy resources, and we should recommend to the society, to the nation, that we should focus on the use of renewable energy resources. Then nowadays an uninterrupted reliable quality of electric power production and supply is a major issue. So solar energy is clean energy, green energy, or you can say alternative energy, and this can be used as a substitute. Then why we had selected that topic, that is selection and justification of the topic. Generally, scarcity of the electricity affects on the process of the development, and in case of educational institutions, sometimes some practicals may not be conducted only because of problem of electricity issues, especially where computer engineering department is there, electrical engineering department is there, mechanical engineering department is there, or some administrative work is also delayed due to scarcity of the electricity. This is the one of the issue. One more thing, that is government, the department or Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, Government of India has taken an initiative to develop the energy resources, that is renewable energy resources, and geospatial technology. It includes remote sensing, GIS, and global positioning system. It can be used as a tool for the assessment and utilization of renewable energy resources and for the in the process of decision making. So we tried to integrate the applications of remote sensing, GIS, and global navigation satellite system to estimate the solar energy potential in the campus of College of Engineering, Pune. The main aim of the project was to utilize the geospatial technology for an estimation of potentials of solar energy in College of Engineering, Pune, and the specific objectives of the research work were to calculate the rooftop area available in the campus, to analyze the spatiotemporal variation in solar radiation in College of Engineering, Pune, to find out the potential solar energy that can be converted into electricity through photovoltaic plants, and to assist to the decision makers of the institution for better planning and management of the institution. Another one thing was there, we selected the College of Engineering, Pune, because Sonal Khobragade was working as an assistant professor uh, in computer engineering department in that institute. So we thought that we will get the data easily and it will be beneficial to complete the project within a stipulated time. Regarding research methodology, this is one of the most important part for you. You may ask the questions in between also, or you in the after the completion of the presentation. We divided the research methodology in 3 stages. That is, stage 1 was related to basic mapping. Stage 2 was related to 3D creation, Google SketchUp, etc. And stage 3 was related to data analysis. Now we will discuss in detail. Initially, we collected the base map of the college. Then we carried out the process of georeferencing and we created database in ArcGIS. Similarly, we downloaded the Cartosat DEM from our Bhuvan website and we clipped the Bhuvan website to the study region and reprojection of the data set were carried out. Afterwards, the focus was given to create the layers and that layers were exported to CAD because we were interested to create 3D buildings and I was of the opinion that 3D buildings we will analyze the shadow analysis and other things, and for that purpose we used the Google SketchUp software and this work was completed by Sonal Khobragade. Then we used the 3D animation for 3D visualization. Also creation of points and polygons, points from polygons were carried out in ArcGIS only. We converted polygon layer into point layer, and there is one option in that software. If you are aware about the ArcGIS at that time, it will be more better. Then use of point solar radiation tool was used to estimate the solar radiation received at that specific place and according to that building. Also one option is there in ArcGIS, that is area solar radiation tool, and we use that tool to find out the global solar radiation, direct solar radiation, diffuse solar radiation and direct duration, etc. Later on, after completion of all the initial processes, we extracted the data. Then final layout were carried out. Similarly, that data was exported in Excel and data processing was carried out, and finally we write the report. This was the detailed research methodology for the estimation of solar energy potential in College of Engineering, Pune. At that time, to estimate the how energy we can generate in that campus, we use this equation. What was equation? E is equal to A multiplied by R multiplied by H multiplied by PR. What is E? That is energy in kilowatt hour. A is the total solar panel area in square meters. R is the solar panel yield percentage, and we considered only 15% yield percentage is there. Then H is the annual average irradiation on tilted panels, or you can say how much radiation will be available on that tilted panels, that is H, and PR is the performance ratio or coefficient of our losses, and it ranges between 0.9 to 0.5, and we considered it was 0.75. We considered performance ratio as 0.75. Generally, it ranges between 0.9 and 0.5. We selected in between value because we were at the initial stage. But while selecting that value, you can consider which product you are going to use, and accordingly you can change the performance ratio. Also, we considered the losses, and that is inverter loss 8%, then temperature losses 8%, then DC cable losses it was 2%, then AC cable losses again we considered 2%, then shading 0 to 40% depends on site, we considered 3%, losses weak irradiation again we considered 3%, losses due to dust, snow, etc. again we considered 2%, and other losses 0%. You can see this much of loss where we were considered, and after all we estimated the how much solar energy and how much electricity can be generated using solar photovoltaic system, and you will be surprised that the total energy that was projected was much more than the requirement of the institution, and we were very happy that we submitted this project to the College of Engineering of Pune through Sonal Khobragade. I don't know either they have considered the suggestions given by us or not. Then some of the limitations also there, that is lack of sufficient time. This was the major limitation when we completed this project. Then non-availability of the LIDAR data, because we used Cartosat DEM and the resolution of Cartosat DEM is 30 meter, and we were working on very micro region at that time. If the data of LIDAR were available, it would be much more better. So this was also limitation that we couldn't get the data of LIDAR data for this research work, and the limitations of Cartosat DEM also. These were the some of the limitations. I am not going to focus on where the College of Engineering Pune has been located or else. This was the review of literature. I am not going to focus on. You can see here we calculated initially the rooftop area, and you will find that production department has maximum rooftop area, that is 4046. Then mechanical department has at the second rank, and it has 4221 square meter rooftop area available for the installation of PV plants. Then electric department has 2295 square meter area, and the third is mechanical department drawing hall. It has the area of 1768. And while considering the buildings for the installation of PV plants, we selected only 4 buildings that can be utilized for the installation of PV plants. This was the location map and building layout of College of Engineering Pune. Also, in this map you will find the roof type information has been provided. Either the roof type is tilted, plain, or else, because we need to consider if you are interested to work in this topic. And if you thought that you will select a city at that time, initially you need to consider the what is the type of rooftop. Only according to that you will be able to properly estimate the solar energy potentials in that city. So we were considered this also. Some extensions are not available. We calculated the spatiotemporal variation in duration, in direct radiation, in diffuse radiation, and global solar radiation. I am unable to show you because after the getting the call from resource person, I thought that I should present. I just searched because this PPT was prepared in the year 2015, and I was afraid that either I will get this PPT or not. But even though I got, but some extension or some links are missing from this presentation. So initially we calculated the temporal variation and spatial variation of solar energy, that is solar energy potential in each and every building. And here you will find that initially we were created points from polygon, and these points were used to estimate the amount of solar energy, that is solar radiation, not energy, solar radiation, that is how much direct radiation is being received at a place, then how much diffuse radiation is being received at a place, then how much global radiation is being received at that place. For that purpose we use the point and polygon, both the features, and you will find that how monthly variation is there. This was the data of 2015, and we calculated for every month and for every building. This was the area solar radiation tool was used, and according to this tool we calculated the variation, which building will receive the maximum solar energy and which building will receive the minimum solar energy. This was monthly direct duration, that how much unit hours will be available. Then also we calculated monthly direct radiation, that is watts hours per square meter. Then we calculated solar energy, that is electricity, how much electricity we can generate using the solar PV plants. And you will be surprised that 2284.4 kilowatt power was projected in all these buildings in College of Engineering, Pune. So this was our simple project that we tried to complete this project within 15 days. But you can think beyond this, that if you are able to find out the per capita usage of electricity, then its segregation, that for what purpose it is being used. For example, for fans, how much energy is utilized, for AC, how much energy is utilized, for bulbs, how much energy is utilized, for home equipments, how much energy is utilized. If you have that type of data, at that time your research will be very much fruitful and it will have some application. And if we talk about our findings, that total rooftop area was 25,193 square meter. Then a study reveals that institution has slightly variation in spatio-temporal pattern of direct solar radiation, diffuse solar radiation, then direct duration and global solar radiation. And some of the departments has capability because it has the larger area that can be used for the installation of PV plants. And this was a 3D map that we used the Google SketchUp to create 3D buildings, and also we created 3D modeling for shadow analysis. If the position of the sun is at X angle, then how much shadow will be there, and which building will not be suitable, or which part of that building will not be suitable for the installation of PV plants. So thank you very much. I just shared my views related to how we can use geospatial technology for the estimation of solar energy potential in emergency only, because I haven't read or I haven't go through PPT also in last 6 years. So there may be some mistakes while speaking, because I was not aware that today this type of situation may face. If you have any queries or any doubts, you may please feel free to ask, please.